afternoon and welcome out to Cavalier Baseball Field, and we are excited to bring you this afternoon's District 26-6-8 matchup between two of the last remaining undefeated teams in District, your BOWIE Bulldogs and the, as of now, undefeated Lake Travis Cavaliers. AJ Revel here. Laura Starkey, how are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. Laura's here hanging out with me, and tensions are high, as you can see by my post, and we've got a lot of different people here. Parent Scouts are sold out as much as is allowed here at Lake Travis. But aside from that, man, talk about an interesting stadium. And our lineups are going over the PA now, folks. We'll send it to them for the national anthem, but I'll give you the lineups here because I'll probably sell everything a little bit better, right? That's a little bit better, but quite an exciting matchup scheduled. Lake Travis comes in currently at a 22-2 record overall with 2 ties. They're 8-0 in district, just like us. We come in 19-2. With Lake Travis, they tied the Marcus Marauders way back in February, but their 2 losses are coming against the Westwood Warriors and the Cedar Park Timberwolves, who, upon seeing that, I was like, that's interesting because, we lost to Westwood as well. Came back and beat them our second game. So did Lake Travis, but I actually had an opportunity to see Cedar Park play. Now, come playoff time, our districts with Cedar Park, Vandergrift, all that stuff, we actually will play each other usually in the first round or so. So I actually was asked to cover a game for Cedar Park earlier last week, and I don't know about that loss. That's a question mark and a head scratcher.
I mean, I can't say anything because I haven't seen them. So.
Exactly. Well, anyway, we're going to have the national anthem, folks. We're going to send out to the PA, and we'll be right back.
As we honor our nation with the singing of our national anthem. By Alyssa Morrow, a senior at Lake Travis High School and a member of the high school choir.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a nice rendition by a Lake Travis student, which we rarely get to see. Normally they have to play a recording over, and we don't get much. But like folks, I mentioned, it's quite the atmosphere so far here this afternoon, this evening. We've got Texan Live here right next to us. We were nice and cordial now, but not anymore. Not anymore. We've got the horn here. We've got, it looks like the Statesman here. We've got quite a few people out here, even some scouts that are sitting around and taking a peek at these players, as both of these teams are very skilled, if you will, and ready to go out. So, first inning about to be underway as the first pitch is thrown out by someone. I'm not sure who that was, but nice little inside information for you. And this is one of those things where, if you if you're, what's the best way to say this? You're doing really well and somebody has to be kind of sneaky just to be competitive with you. For those who haven't paid attention, Lake Travis kind of did something like that this week. Yesterday, they actually had Garrett Gilbert and Baker Mayfield out and talk. It's like, come on. Come on. So they're nervous, they're worried, which is big and huge for us. So batting order here for your Bowie Bulldogs. First up is going to be number 3, Thaniel Bright. He's going to be the designated hitter for starting pitcher Jonathan Easton. Mason Winters batting second, Brody Miller batting third, Patrick Callipy batting cleanup, Travis Starkey right behind him at the 5th spot. Batting 6th is going to be John Estrada. Batting 7th is Ben Merriman. Batting 8th is Matt Garcia. And bringing it up in the rear, batting 9th is going to be Tyler Thomason. Defensively for the Cavs. Okay, cool. I got to make sure I have my notes right. Up on the mound is going to be number 5, Ethan Calder. He'll get the call. John Ryden going to be catching right there on the plate. Cole Johnson over at first. Cole Gibson at second. Logan Baker over at third. Shortstop going to be Dylan Slaughterback. Slaughter, I hope I said that right. Left field, third Cole Carroll. Center field, Dawson French. And over at right field is going to be O.J. Gonzalez. And that's going to be the defensive lineup here for the Cavaliers. And again, folks, we are excited. Kind of rare, though, first game of our 2-game series. And this is the first time it's been an away game for us. So we're going to see how we come out. Normally we get a nice home game as game 1.
We were at Westlake, so it's our second real away game.
But Westlake was game 2.
Oh,
not the
true.
first game. We had
That's
the first
true.
game. Yeah, we had the first game against Westlake over at Burgers. So my thing is, it's always nice to have game 1 at home, start out with that extra momentum, and but not so today. So here he comes up to the plate now. It's going to be number 3, Thaniel Bright, set to lead off for the Bulldogs here, top of the first. Bright so far, he's a hitter, so he won't be out defensively. As here's the first pitch. That'll get called for strike 1 from Calder. And so as far as Bright goes, he was 2 for 4. Game 2 against Aikens, as that one gets called for ball 1. Count goes 1-1. And then before that, same thing, 2 and 4. So batting .500 here in the past week, as that third pitch gets called for strike 2. Calder getting set. Here's the pitch to Bright. Bright swinging, gets a little chopper as I like the effort by Ryden down there at the plate as he gets up and tries to bat it back fair, but not going to happen. Count's going to stay 1-2 here for Bright. Good effort. I like the effort. And life is effort, right? As here's going to be the 1-2 pitch from Calder. Bright taking a swing. I was going to chop foul again down the third baseline. Count's going to stay 1-2. So Calder now, he's got a couple pitches to burn if he wants, as he's only thrown 1 ball. So we'll see what he gives Bright here. As Calder gets set. And here's the pitch to Bright. Bright, little bouncer back towards second. That's going to be fielded. The throw to first is in time, as Gibson was able to field that one with a toss on over to first baseman.
Number 7, Mason Winters.
Johnson. There you go. So a nice 4-3 there for the Cavs, resulting Bright being out number 1. And here comes number 7, Mason Winters, shortstop for your Bulldogs. Winters so far was 0 for 2 last week in game 2 against the Eagles, as he grounded out towards the pitcher and also towards center field. As he watches that one go by, gets called for strike 1. But back in game 1, he went 1 for 1, hitting a nice single and coming across as the first run scored against that 10-0 run rule game against the Eagles. Second pitch is going to be outside, and our Blues going to need to get some glasses here pretty soon, as that gets called for strike 2.
Just a little out there.
Maybe it's my angle. Maybe.
It might be.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be high and outside. Surprised he didn't call that one as a strike, as that'll be ball 1. So Calder getting set. What's he had so far? Oh, about to break 10 pitches, so not too shabby. As here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be just outside. Gets called for ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here for Winters. Brody Miller is on deck. He'll make his way up to the plate after Winters, as here's the pitch. Winters getting the swing, just gets a little piece of it. It's a bouncer. Calder's going to get it. The throw to first is barely in time, and that'll be out number 2. So Brody Miller now is going to make his way up to the plate. Brody playing right fielder this afternoon, just like he did last week. He actually didn't do too bad. He went 2 for 3 in Game 2 against the Eagles, and then went 0 for 1 in Game 1. As you hear the national anthem played behind us, the Del Valle Eagles and the Lake Travis Cavaliers softball teams going at it as Miller takes a big rip at that one. That'll get called for strike 1.
You know, we got a lot of different games going on this afternoon.
We
have
do.
baseball, softball. I saw lacrosse here earlier. I think there might be a soccer game as well.
I think so, and I think it's on that far field. Quite the campus that Lake Travis has here as Miller gets a swing. It's a high fly towards left center field. Legging that one out is the center fielder, but no left fielder. Cole Carroll's going to get underneath it, and that'll go down as out number 3. So Calder takes down the Bulldogs. 1, 2, 3 here, top of the first. Bottom of the first coming up. Dylan Slaughterback sets the lead off for the Cavs, followed by number 18, Cole Gibson. And then batting third is going to be Cole Johnson. Lots of Coles on the Cavalier team here. Number 19, Kyle Rader will be the DH. He'll be batting in place of left fielder Cole Carroll. Pitcher Ethan Calder will be batting 5th. OJ Gonzalez batting 6th. Logan Baker will be right behind him in the 7th spot. Dawson French batting 8th. And then catcher John Ryden will bring up the rear batting 9th. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. You can't see it in the camera, folks, but we've got a nice, interesting setup here at the Cavalier baseball field. For those who haven't had the opportunity to come out, the actual seating, the stadium seating stands, seats maybe 25, 30 people. Maybe. So AJ, how are there so many people here? Well, they've got actually seats built into the hill that the press box is built into here behind home plate. So we're actually on the grass with some stone steps, if you will, in front of us. So that's where everybody gets to sit. So bring your lawn chair, hang out. I was given warning by our Vype team that, you know, we might be face first with this hamburger grilling that they do tend to do here in front, because the concession stand is located right underneath the press box. So quite a cool setup as Calder is going to end the first with 13 pitches, so not too bad. But game 1 for your Bulldogs, so as always, Easton was going to get the call. He'll be set to lead off. So defensively, for your Bulldogs, Easton will be on the mound. Travis Starkey will be at the plate as catcher. First baseman is going to be Callipy. Second base will be Garcia. Third base, John Estrada. Shortstop, Mason Winters. Left field, Tyler Thomason. Center field, Ben Merriman. Right field, Brody Miller. As here's the first pitch gets called for strike 1 by Easton as Dylan Slaughterback, shortstop for the Cavs, is up at the plate. Easton with the 0-1 pitch. Another nice one right over the plate in the strike zone, but umpire says otherwise. That'll get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-1. Here's a pitch from Easton, a swing and a high. It's going to drop right between left and center field. Slaughterback's going to ground first, make his way to second. Ball goes all the way to the wall. He is going to hold up at second, and he'll start the Cavs with a leadoff double here in the first inning.
You know, it's not the start that you want to see, but you just got to take it pitch by pitch for Jay, and he's just got to calm down, focus on the next batter.
You know, and he is. And talking to Coach DeJalia way back against Westlake, he had mentioned, you know, Easton's going to have to be calm and cool. He's going to have to start hot. You know, and he did against the Westlake, and he was able to come through with a 1-0 win when he started. And so we're looking for much of the same. Very rare do we see him give up a first inning hit, though, as that pitch is going to be just a bit too high for Cole Gibson. That'll be called for ball 1. So second baseman Colby Gibson is up at the plate now. Cole Johnson will be on deck, first baseman for the Cavs. As Easton with the pitch, that one's going to be a slider. Get called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0.
Here we go, kid.
So 2 balls, no strikes. 1 runner on in scoring position with Slaughterback. Here's the pitch, a high foul ball by Gibson. It's going to go towards right field, and Miller trying his best. Oh, it's going to hit his glove and
That's a tough
drop
play.
down. He hit the fence as soon as that ball hit his glove, so that is a very tough play to make. You are right, Laura. That will be strike one, though, for Gibson. Count goes 2-1.
Talk it up, kid. Let's go.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the first. Slaughterback's over at second after that leadoff double. Cole Gibson's at the plate. Easton getting set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Slaughterback shows bunt. He pulls back in time. Starkey doing a good job of keeping that in front of him. Very good stop. That will get called for ball 3 as apparently Gibson pulled back in time. Count goes 3-1. Easton getting set. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Gibson. Gibson gets a swing on that one. Garcia can't quite get to it. It's going to go to Merriman at center. Merriman picks it up. Throwing Starkey at home. Runner's going to advance to second. The throw to second is high, but able to bring that one in is Winters. Not before Gibson gets in. And we'll go ahead and give Gibson a double on that one. So Slaughterback will advance to third. So 2 runners in scoring position now. Not the situation that Easton wants to be in here in the first inning. So here comes number 15, Cole Johnson. As Easton gets set, here's the pitch. That one's going to be right over the plate. You're called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike here for Easton as he gets set. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Johnson thinks about it, decides against it. They'll get called for strike 2. Starkey calls a quick time. He's going to go out to the mound and talk to Easton. And as always, right, make sure that if he wants those chicken nuggets, man, you better strike this guy out.
It's always about food.
It always is.
Always.
That it has to be, right? Can't be about baseball. It's all around you. There's a pitch. It's going to be a bouncer towards Garcia. He gets it. Throw to first is in time. That'll be out number 1, but a run will come across as Slaughterback will come through to score, and the Cavs take an early 1-0 lead over your Bulldogs.
Now batting number 19, Kyle Rader.
So number 19, designated hitter Kyle Rader, making his way to the plate. He's batting in place of number 9, left fielder Cole Carroll, our third Cole on the Cavalier team here. 1 more runner in scoring position, though, as Gibson is over at third. As the first pitch gets called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Pitcher Ethan Calder is going to be on deck for the Cavs. We'll see if he gets a chance to come out and take a crack at Easton as he gets set. Here's the pitch. It's a nice one that hits the low outside edge of the zone. That's going to call for strike 1. Count goes even now at 1-1. Easton gets set. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Rader. Rader watching that one go by. That was called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. Easton getting ahead in the count. Here's the pitch from Easton. As that one gets looked at, and that will be ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2.
Right here, kid.
So Gibson over at third. Easton not paying much attention to him as he gets set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncer goes foul. Counts will stay even at 2-2. And speaking of, Laura, I'm going to have you be my eyes here because I've got the tree to try to protect us for any foul balls, but I have a feeling we may see some soon.
Don't worry, I'll catch it.
Yep, you'll have to get in front of me. As here's the 2-2 pitch. That was going to be a little bit too low. Trying to get Rader to reach. Not going to happen. Count goes full, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Deep breath here, kid. Doctor, let's go.
Easton with a rough start so far. 1 run's come across. 1 more is over at third as Gibson is hanging out. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt for ball 4, excuse me. And Kyle Rader will make his way over to first. So runners on the corners now as here comes pitcher Ethan Calder up to the plate. My favorite matchup of the afternoons of any baseball game, actually, is the pitcher's duel. As Calder makes his way in and gets set. Here's the pitch from Easton. That'll get called for strike 1. There it is, nice pitch. Easton getting set. Calder making his way in. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on. And here's the pitch. That one, nice heater over the middle, gets called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2. Easton shaking off the first one. Tell Starkey, no way. Quick check over at first. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. Off goes Raider to second. Starkey not going to contest it. Like kind of a bait and switch, if you will, as Gibson started to take a step off over at third. That's okay, though.
I thought for a split second he was going to throw it. I was like, no.
It looked like he was, and he decided against it, which was the right call, I think. As it's a little bouncer towards Winters. Throw to third is in time as Estrada's able to tag him up. One more run comes across, though, as that'll be a fielder's choice for Calder. He'll get an RBI out of that one. So Gibson will make his way across. Raider will get tagged out. So a runner on first now, as I think we have a pinch runner or a courtesy runner here for Calder. It does. I'll see if I can get a number. Looks like it's number 13. I'll hopefully get a name here shortly. Easton gets set. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a slider outside. Gets called for ball 1 as O.J. Gonzalez, right fielder.
At first base, number 13, Preston Marshall.
Preston Marshall. Thank you, Mr. Press Box guy. So Preston Marshall is going to be the courtesy runner here for Calder as Easton gets set. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Nope, he's going to throw it over to Marshall at first. Calpe going to catch it and toss it back. We'll get set to do it again. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, here's the pitch. A swing and a bouncer towards Estrada. He fields that one. The throw to first is in time. And a nice play by Estrada will be out number 3. And a rough first inning here for Jonathan Easton as the Cavs take an early 2-0 lead. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Down, and the Cavs have an early 2-0 lead over your Bowie Bulldogs. HA Revel here, Laura Starkey bringing you all the action live. Big thanks out to Academy Sports and Outdoors for all the ways you love to play. Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. As Patrick Calpe will be set to lead off here for the Bulldogs. Takes a swing at that one. That's going to go foul down the behind the Cavalier dugout. Get called for strike 1. So Starkey will be on deck. He's batting second. John Estrada will be batting third. Then Merriman will be batting fourth if he gets an opportunity as a slider outside by Calder. Will get called for ball 1.
Be scrappy, boys. Let's go. Be scrappy now.
As a quick time is called by catcher John Ryden. He comes out and gives Calder a chit-chat and says, come on, man. We already paid for that star for the L. We gotta finish this one off. As Calder gets set, here's the pitch. Calpe watches that one go by, gets called for ball 2. Calpe gets set, here's the pitch. A swing and a bouncer down the third baseline, that is going to go foul. Count goes even now at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no out for Calpe. It's Calder getting set. And here's the pitch. That one's going to be high and outside. It'll get called for ball 3. Count goes 3-2, and Calpe doing a good job now of working the pitch count. Love it when it goes full. See if he can burn a couple. As here's the pitch. Swinging a big hit right over second base. Will bounce all the way to center field. Colopy's going to go to first. He'll hang tight, but a leadoff single here in the second. And the Bulldogs are in business now as here comes Travis Starkey.
You know, not only was that a great hit, but that was also a great at-bat. He really worked a pitch count. That was just a great at-bat.
You know, and sometimes people ignore how important that is to work that pitch count. You know, that's why you hear coaches tell you, don't swing at the first thing you see. Not just take a look at it, but also burn a couple. Remember, we got 110 pitch count here for our high school pitchers, so there's a lot of factors that play into this as far as rest time between games. As Starkey showing bunt, a nice bunt. Colopy will go to second. Starkey will get thrown out at first with a sacrifice bunt. He'll be out number one.
Hey, it was well executed. Move the runner over. Now you have a runner in scoring position. Get a base hit. Cut Lake Travis lead in half.
And we got 6 more innings. All right, so there's
Got a lot of baseball
a lot of baseballs. Here comes big bat John Estrada up to the plate, and I say big bat because he's had some pretty big hits this past couple weeks as he gets set to face off against Ethan Calder. So one runner in scoring position as Colopy's over at second. Here's the pitch, and Estrada, ooh, you know he wanted to swing at that one. Decides against it. It gets called for strike one.
Looked really inside to me. Looked like it almost hit his jersey.
Almost, right? Almost.
Being the key word.
That's right. Almost is the key word. Here's the 1-0 from Calder. The 0-1 from Calder, excuse me. That one's going to get knocked foul. That'll be strike two for Estrada. He's down early now, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ethan Calder getting set. John Estrada ready to go. Here's the pitch. As that one goes by, high and outside. That'll be ball one. Estrada, nice job to lay off on that one. That was tough. I would have swung at that one.
Well, that definitely means I would have swung at it.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
You see ball and you're like, get the bat on. That's it, right? Here's the 1-2 pitch. Big hit by Estrada between left center field. Colopy is going to take off. He's getting the go-ahead. And they can't find the ball in the outfield. Colopy will round second. A slide by Estrada is safe at second. And an RBI double for Estrada. And the Bulldogs are back in this one as 1 run comes across and another is now in scoring position with 1 out here, top of the second.
You know, that's what I like to see, that senior leadership by John Estrada. It really lights a fire in the dugout for all the guys that are on the field. That's what you needed in this inning after that first inning.
Well, and it's tough. You go down 0-2 here just to set off. You're able to get a ball, and it's kind of high. You're not sure of the call, and then you go and you have a big hit like that. Is huge. As another big hit, it's Ben Merriman. That's going to be towards right center field. Estrada's going to round third. Merriman will make his way to second. He'll stand true at second. And another RBI single. And we are knotted up at 2. An RBI double, excuse me. And we are knotted up at 2. And that is just how quick the tables can turn.
You know, that was really good to see by Ben Merriman. He has been a little bit on the slower side with his bat, so he was due. And in a clutch situation, that was just awesome.
And that was huge as here comes second baseman Matt Garcia up to the plate. He takes a swing and can't make contact at that first pitch. It gets called for strike one. Ben Merriman is over at second. He's in scoring position, and it's just 1 out. Here at the top of the second as Calder gets set. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Garcia watches that one go by, gets called for ball one. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Number 1, Ben Merriman over at second. And number 2, Matt Garcia up at the plate. Calder with the pitch. High and outside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-1. Garcia now ahead in the count as he gets set. Calder with the 2-1 pitch. And a swing, a big rip by Garcia. Can't make contact, and it'll be strike 2. Count goes even now at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. Merriman is in scoring position over at second. Matt Garcia getting set. Ethan Calder in a bit of a bind now as here's the pitch. As that one's going to be outside. It gets called for strike 3. As Garcia will go down looking for out number 2. So here comes now number 9, Tyler Thomason, left fielder. He's making his way up to the plate. Ben Merriman still at second. Now, we've known Merriman to steal quite often.
Plenty of times.
And he hasn't shown anything yet, though, so he's kind of sitting true. We'll see what he does here.
Well, the Lake Travis catcher's got an arm on him, so I would be surprised if D was a little sketchy about stealing, just from seeing their warm-ups.
Thomason gets a piece of that one. You hear the big collective ooh from the BOWIE faithful around us. That was a nice one. It would have dropped right in front of the left fielder if it would have stayed fair. But that'll go down at strike one. Right fielder. Did I say left fielder? Mm-hmm. Right fielder. You know what I mean.
Okay.
You saw where it went.
Yeah.
Thomason getting set. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Calder. A swing and a miss. That'll go down at strike two. Count goes 0-2 now as Thomason's going to have to work his way back or at least get a hit. Fanio Bright is going to be on deck as the top of the order is due up for the Bulldogs. Ben Merriman looking antsy over there at second. As a quick time is called. Ethan Calder is going to get reset. And let's go. Here's the pitch from Calder. Another high and outside, and that'll be strike three without number three. As we'll let our crowd do the talking for us here, but that'll do it for the top of the second for the Bulldogs. They bring 2 runs across after 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on. But we're back to where we started. We're knotted up. This time at 2, though. We will, let's keep it here. Yeah, we'll hang out here. As Easton will make his way up to the mound and get warm. Number 1, Logan Baker, third baseman for the Cavs, set to lead off. Behind him will be Dawson French. And batting third will be the catcher, John Ryden. And, of course, while we got a nice little break, big thank you to our Bulldog baseball sponsor, Big Tuna Interactive. Big Tuna Interactive specializes in Drupal website development and site optimizations. Reach out today and see how Big Tuna Interactive can help make your online marketing programs more valuable and can help you achieve your goals in 2021. BigTunaInteractive.com. We are knotted up here going into the second, and
Now batting number 1, Logan Baker.
they're excited that Logan Baker is out up onto the plate, ready to bat. Again, Dawson French is going to be on deck. He'll bat next after Baker as Easton gets set. Here's the pitch. As that one almost got Baker to reach and offer that.
He thought about it.
He really did. Pulled back in time, though. Count goes 1-0 as that's going to be called for ball 1. Second one is going to be a little grounder. Winters with it. The throw to first is in time. There's Callipy doing a good job there at first. That'll be out number 1.
Batting number 3, Dawson French.
So Dawson French making his way up to the plate. John Ryden, now catcher, will be on deck. He'll be batting third. As French gets the call from third base coach over there and makes his way up. Easton getting set. And here's the first pitch to French. That one's going to be low and inside. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Easton with the 1-0 pitch. Well, it's just going to be just a bit inside. That'll be ball 2. Easton getting set. Here's the 2-0 pitch. I could have sworn that was strike earlier, but I guess not now. As the strike zone is shrinking just a smidge.
Just a little bit.
That'll be ball 3. Count goes 3-0. Easton getting set and throwing the only thing he can that'll get called a strike is some heat right down the middle. That'll be strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, no runners on. As French gets back up and set. Here's the pitch from Easton. A swing and a chopper behind goes foul. That'll be strike 2. Count goes full now, 3-2. Easton with the pitch. Thinks about it. It's going to get away from Starkey. That will be ball 4, though, and French will get walked on over to first, which is going to bring up catcher John Ryden up to the plate.
John Ryden.
Have they always played music before they come up? That's the first time I've actually really heard it.
It's okay. You've been talking. You've been
have.
doing your job.
I tend to talk a lot during games. So here's the first pitch for Ryden. That'll get called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. As Ryden gets set, here's the pitch. French is going to take off. Starkey loses that one, so no contest made there as French will advance to second. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-1. As our scoreboard operator there is a little ahead of the game. Easton doing a quick check down over at second. Here's the pitch. A bouncer towards Callipy. Callipy goes over his head as French is going to round third. Starkey's got it. Can't make the tag. As French will be safe on the plate, and the Cavs retake the lead 3-2. That's an RBI single for John Ryden, which means top of the order is coming up as number 14, Dylan Slaughterback, will make his way up to the plate.
That ball must have been hit hard and fast because that went right over Callipy's head, and he's a big guy.
Well, and he jumped up there. He
Yeah.
had his ups and his hand up there, and it went right over his glove as Easton gets set. Here's the first pitch. It's going to be in the dirt to the left. Ryden's going to take off. The throw down to second's in time. Winters tags him, but he's called safe. And so Ryden will make his way over to second on the steal, as I guess the tag was just a smidge too late. As that'll be ball 1 for Slaughterback. Counts 1-0. Easton with the quick check. Here's the pitch. A swing and a bouncer back towards Easton. He gloves that one. The throw to first. Callipy, nice reach on there. And that'll be out number 2. With the good old 1-3 play.
That was a nice controlled throw by Easton. It's good to see that as soon as he gets the ball, he has composure, and he didn't just throw that ball away, because if he did, that run would have scored.
Well, and you could see it cross his mind, like, do I go to third?
Well, there was no one there.
Exactly. Nobody was there. Estrada had come over to try to cover in case it got past. So good decision by Easton as his first pitch to Gibson goes in the dirt. It'll be ball 1. Gibson hit a double in the first and was one of the 3 runs that have come across. A big hit right over. Easton's going to go to center field, and Ryden will trot his way over and score. And the Cavs bring 2 across so far, take a 4-2 lead over the Bulldogs. As that'll be an RBI single for Gibson, which brings up the second Cole on my lineup, number 15, Cole Johnson. So 2 outs here, bottom of the second, as that one's going to be in the dirt behind home plate. Gets called for ball 1. A very good stop by Starkey to get in front of it. Count goes 1-0. So 1 runner on as Gibson is over at first. 2 outs though, and here's the pitch from Easton. That one will get called for strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Easton, quick check over at Gibson. Here's the throw to first. Just playing catch with Callipy, that's all. We'll get reset and do it again. Easton, here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncer towards third. Estrada gets it. The bullet to Callipy at first is in time. And Johnson will go down as out number 3. So second inning is complete. Both teams bring 2 across, and the Cavs retake the lead by a score of 4-2. We will now take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Down. 5 more to go, and so far this game is not disappointed as the Cavs have a 4-2 lead over your Bowie Bulldogs. AJ Arevalo here, Laura Starkey here with me as well, and the stands have filled.
And you know, we actually have, since this game is sold out, we have people standing outside at the gate watching this game. That's how big this game is.
See, and as it should be. This is a huge game. As top of the order is now due up here for the Bulldogs, as here comes Stanley O'Bright, DH, as that one goes inside in the dirt. Surprised that wasn't called for strike, but that'll be ball one. Count goes 1-0. I like giving him a hard time. This is fun. This is what happens when you put me in the crowd, all right? Just so everybody at Vype knows. When I get put in the crowd, I feed off it as a nice bouncer towards short is fielded Bright, working it and almost able to leg it out, but not in time, as he will go down for out number 1.
Go, 70, jump back, let's go. Catch, Brody.
So Mason Winters, shortstop, will make his way up. He had a little bouncer towards Calder in the first. It was thrown out as out number 2.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
So 0 for 1 so far on the afternoon. He's looking to change his luck just a bit if he can, as he gets set to face off against Calder again. First pitch is going to hit him in the thigh, and
That's going to leave a mark.
it will leave a mark, and he will trot on over to first.
Hopefully he gets a cool bruise out of that with the laces.
Right, with the laces and the markings.
I mean, if you're going to get hit, you might as well
You
have
might
a cool
as
bruise
well.
that comes out of it.
I mean, I'm surprised your brother isn't covered in markings like that. As we know, Travis is a
He probably is.
baseball magnet. I probably. As here comes number 15, Brody Miller, right fielder. Miller flew out towards left field. He had a big hit that the Cavs were able to leg out and get to in time. 1 runner on, though, and 1 out. Here, the top of the third, as here's the first one to Miller, gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1.
Let's go, Brody.
So Winters is over at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Miller. As that one gets right by the glove of the catcher. And Winters will take off towards second with ease
Keep running, bub.
on the wild pitch, as you hear the crowd tell him, keep on going. Why not? Ryden doing a good job of recovering, as he had to scramble quickly to keep Winters over at second. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. As here's the 1-1 pitch from Calder, high, and they're saying he crossed the plane there. It's going to be strike 2. Count goes 1-2. So we didn't see the call there, so had to wait a second. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And here's the pitch from Calder. That one's going to be in the dirt, and
Good stop.
a really good stop by Ryden as he got in front of that one. And
Here we go.
Winters, you know his eyes lit up as soon as he saw that and had to go back over to second. That'll be ball 2, though, so count goes even at 2-2. Colopy is on deck. He'll be set to take a crack at Calder here next, as here's the pitch. A swing and a miss by Miller. And that'll be a strikeout swinging for out number 2. So here comes Colopy. Colopy with a nice single back in the second. He started the rally, if you will, was the first run to come across home plate. See if he can do it again, as he's got Winters in scoring position, just waiting to come home, as that first pitch is going to be called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1.
Here we go, Patrick. Let's go 1-3.
Starkey is on deck. He'll be set to bat next. We'll see if he does, though, as he got his gear on still, as Colopy taking a big swing, trying to pull back and making it look like he was in the Matrix there as he let his bat slowly go across on
He's
the
like,
plane.
ah, dang it.
Yep, and you know his face was like, darn it, I shouldn't have done that. So that'll be strike 2 for Colopy. Count goes 0-2. As here's the pitch. Colopy swinging. That's going to be a high fly infield. as it goes straight to the first baseman. Pop out towards first will be out number 3. So no hits, no errors, and to today for many years to come. Live for today, plan for tomorrow. That's Mogul and Purcell Financial. As here comes Kyle Rader up to the plate. He was walked in the first, so far no stats for him this afternoon, as this is his second time at the plate.
Here we go, Jay.
Here to lead off in the third for the Cavs. Easton. Here's the pitch. As that one's going to come back in over. Nice breaking ball. Get called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1 for Rader. Easton with the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be inside and get a glove of Starkey there. Count goes even now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the third, and the Cavs with a 4-2 lead, looking to maybe get on base if they can. As here's the pitch from Easton, a swing and a bouncer back towards Easton. It gets over his head. Winter is able to glove it, and he drops it as he couldn't quite get his hand on it to make the throw to Colopy at first. That's going to be an E6 that'll go towards Winters there, as Rader will make his way over to first.
Now batting number 5.
Don't panic.
Calder.
Just roll it up. Get a double play. Almost out of the inning.
And that's
You got to calm down.
And that's probably what, and you know what, and now people out there are saying, as excited as we are, you have to imagine how excited the players is. Here's the first pitch to Calder as he tries to bunt. It's going to go foul. That'll be strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike after that. As you saw as our camera, a couple Bulldogs will make their way over to the bullpen over there, as a throw to first is not in time. Rader able to slide in with ease. And we'll do it again. Quick check over. Easton with the 0-1 pitch. Nice fastball, gets called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2 here for Calder. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 1 runner on for the Cavs. Easton getting set. Here's your 0-2 pitch. And can't quite catch the zone there. That'll be called for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Easton, quick check over to Rader. Here's the pitch. Rader's going to take off towards second. A high fly is going to be foul down the third baseline. It'll keep going. Count's going to stay 1-2, and we'll just do it again. So Calder doing a good job at the plate so far as he gets set. Here's the 1-2. Nope, quick throw over to Colopy at first. Not able to tag up on Rader, and we'll reset. And Rader took off on that last pitch, which is most likely why there was a quick throw down to a first. Make sure he knows we're watching him. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Easton. As that's going to be a little too low and outside. That'll get called for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and 1 runner on. Bottom of the third. Easton getting set, and here's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a liner to Winters at short. He picks it up. The throw to second is there and then dropped. But they're saying he tagged it anyway. So that will still be out number 2. Or out number 1, excuse me.
Yeah, that was a good heads-up play by Winters. Get the lead runner, then you're still in a situation where you can roll it up and get out of the inning.
And it is, and they're going to put in a courtesy runner as Preston Marshall's going to come back out for Calder. But that was a good heads-up play by Winters. Toss over to Garcia for that force out at second. So here's the pitch. Nope, they're going to throw it over and try to get Marshall sleeping, but O.J. Gonzalez is up to the plate now for the Cavs. He had a grounder to Estrada back in the first. As Easton gets set, and here's the pitch to Gonzalez. A high fly towards right field. Miller trying to get underneath it, and he does. That'll be out number 2. And Marshall's going to have to run his way back to first.
That was a good job by Miller. That ball had some movement on it.
Well, and the field is open, folks, and we're kind of in a little, I guess, inside a hill, if you will. And it's not really a hill, but it's there. But the wind is kind of circling, so that hit actually went up towards center and then curved its way towards right. So Miller really had to adjust to get to it. So Logan Baker is up to the plate now. So here's the first pitch to him. Slider outside will get called for ball 1. Baker grounded out towards Winters in the second. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and 1 runner on as Marshall is over at first. And here's the pitch. A swing and a bouncer towards Colopy. He gloves. That one gives a little tap to first. And that'll be out number 3.
That's what you needed right there. You needed a stop. You needed to slow down their momentum and not let them score any runs.
Well, that's a nice unassisted out for Colopy over there at first. And you're right. So Dawson French will be set to lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Cavs, but the Bulldogs come out without giving up any runs, much like the Cavs did. So a very dull 3rd inning. As Calder will make his way back out to the mound for the Cavs. Travis Starkey set to lead off for the Bulldogs. John Estrada will be batting second. Ben Merriman batting third, and Matt Garcia will be set to bat 4th. Oh, all right, folks. Let's have some fun. Let's do a This Day in Baseball History, huh? Let's see if I can find a good one.
Make it interesting.
I'm going to find one. So, here's a good one. I mean, it's not a good one, but it's an interesting one. April 13th, 1939, in a spring training game played in Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk. Yankee first baseman Lou Gehrig, with apparent muscle loss, especially around his shoulders, goes deep twice in a 14-12 exhibition loss against the Dodgers. The 2nd and 9th inning home runs will be the last round trippers the Iron Horse will ever hit. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Even with himself deteriorating, if you will, he's able to slam some good hits. As
Very impressive.
Starkey makes his way up to the plate. He had a sacrifice bunt in the second, so no stats for him yet, as here's the first one he looks at. Will get called for strike 1. That one looked a little bit low, but got to remember we got a wider strike zone now. As Calder gets set, here's the 0-1 pitch to Starkey. That one gets a little inside. We'll get called for ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Calder shaking off the first pitch suggestion, if you will. As that one comes in, it's going to peg the ball magnet Starkey himself.
I'm just like not even surprised anymore.
He gets walked on over to first. As he's going to have a courtesy runner.
Hey, his on-base percentage is great.
Yeah, and I'm sure it is, right? As it looks like it's going to be Sean McCullough, number 18, will be a courtesy runner for Starkey. So here comes number 11, John Estrada, up to the plate. He shows bunt, pulls back, still gets called for strike 1. With McCullough now over at first. Estrada hit a nice double, an RBI double in the second. Brought the first run across for the Bulldogs as he gets set. Calder Throwing over to first, trying to tag up on McCullough. Not going to happen. And we'll do it again. So no balls, 1 strike, no outs, 1 runner on. John Estrada up to the plate. McCullough over at first as Calder gets set. And here's the pitch. Estrada showing bunt, and he gets a good one down the first baseline. He's going to leg this one out. He's going quick, and he makes it in time as the throws drop. As McCullough will reach second. Estrada, I mean, I don't know if was that an error? I don't think it would have tagged.
That's a hit
I'm going to
because
say
that is a really, really, really hard defensive play. It was in between 3 players.
Well, and the
with
scoreboard.
One kind of covering first, kind of not.
See, well, that's my thing, and our scoreboard isn't showing an error, so we're going to give Estrada another hit. He'll be 2 for 2 on the afternoon so far, as the Lake Travis Cavs are going to call a quick time and have their powwow on the mound. And I know we can't do this over the stadium sounds, but we'll do it here for you folks. I got this especially for this situation right here. Right here. Ready? There we go. That was fun.
I'm a fan of that.
See, you like that? So now you know where it's at, though. Now you can do it in the future.
Got
so
it.
We got our wonderful Jeopardy theme here. Because they'll play it for us when we go up to the mound. So we got to make it interesting. As here comes Ben Merriman up to the plate. An RBI double, his last at bat in the second inning. As he shows bunt. This one down the third baseline. We're going to advance, and I think he's going to leg this one out. Nope, he is not able to.
That was close. That was really close.
It is close, as he'll get a sacrifice bunt. Will be out number 1. All the runners were advanced, though, so now 2 runners in scoring position as McCullough will be over at third. Estrada will be at second, and here comes number 2, Matt Garcia. He struck out looking on a questionable strike call back in the second. See if he can change his luck around, though. With 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out here at the top of the 4th. Bulldogs still trailing 4-2, so could really use some runs to come across and give Easton some cushion if they will. As Estrada takes a big rip at that one and can't make contact. That'll be strike 1. Calder gets set. Garcia awaits the 0-1. Take a little bouncer towards third. And going to have to hold everybody true as they did a quick check down on McCullough. That'll be out number 2, which will bring up Tyler Thomason, number 9, left fielder. He struck out looking back in the second as well. So McCullough's over at third, Estrada's at second, 2 outs. And Tyler Thomason up to the plate, as here's the pitch from Calder. That one's going to be high and outside. That'll be called for ball 1. McCullough's waiting at third if one of those pitches can get by Ryden. As here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be a low strike. Count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position. Tyler Thomason at the plate. Here's the 1-1. As that one will get called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Calder. A swing and a miss by Thomason. And that'll be out number 3 as Calder will get a nice big sigh. As we're looking at 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left stranded. And that'll do it for the top of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th coming up. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
You say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to VypeBYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at VypeBYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back out. Bottom of the fourth, sets go and begin here shortly as Dawson French will be set to lead off for the Cavs. John Ryden will be batting second, and top of the order due up for the Cavs with Dylan Slaughterback batting third. Easton back on the mound for the Bulldogs. So far sitting at a 54 pitch count, right? Yeah, so not doing too shabby here at the bottom of the fourth. French was walked in the second and was the third run to come across here for the Cavs. As Easton with the first pitch to him. That one's going to catch a strike zone there. Gets called for strike one. Count goes 0-1. Here's a pitch, a bunt. Easton gets to it. A bullet to Colopy is in time. A nice throw.
That was a great play.
That was an awesome play for out number one. Yeah, we may get Colopy some catcher's gear if he's going to. That's the second time that Easton's had to throw a 120-mile-per-hour fastball at him, right? So that's going to be out number one, which is going to bring up number 8, John Ryden, the catcher for the Cavs, up to the plate. He hit a single, an RBI single, in the second. That one's going to be low and inside. That'll be ball one. Next one, Ryden takes a big rip at that one. Can't make contact. Count goes 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Easton. A nice one over the plate there. Gets called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. So number 14, Dylan Slaughterback, top of the order, is on deck. As here's the pitch. Catches the zone there. Gets called for strike 3, and Ryden will go down looking for out number 2. As here comes Dylan Slaughterback up to the plate. Slaughterback with an RBI, excuse me, not an RBI, but with a double in the first, a leadoff double in the first inning. And then a ground out, as we talked about earlier, to Easton in the second. So no runners on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. A little bit too high for our umpire. That'll get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0 here for Slaughterback. As here's the pitch from Easton. Low and inside. Gets called for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. As Easton gets set, and here's the 2-0 pitch to Slaughterback. That one's going to be a little bit too high, right? Just eye level, helmet size, just a little bit too high.
Just a little bit.
Count goes 3-0. As Easton's going to have to work his way back. As there's Old Faithful heater down the middle, gets called for strike 1 as Slaughterback was taking that one. Count goes 3-1. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Usually it's a heater down the middle, but it's a gimme whether the batter tries to go for it. As that'll get called for strike 2, as Slaughterback thought he had a free ride there to first. Not so.
That was a good pitch. I don't know why he walked on that one.
I don't know. But here's the full count pitch from Easton, as that's going to be low and inside. And that was a low and inside ball. So Slaughterback will reach on a 2-out walk as our scoreboard just turned off and came back on. Interesting. Here comes number 18, second baseman Cole Gibson. So far 2 for 2 in the afternoon as he doubled in the first and an RBI single in the second. And with 1 runner on, he's in danger of opening the floodgates if he can, as an outside ball is called. An obviously outside pitch, trying to throw down Slaughterback there at first. Starkey doesn't make the pull, doesn't pull the trigger though, and he holds on to it. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. And here's the pitch from Easton. Quick time is called. And we'll get reset. Gibson makes his way back up to the plate. Slaughterback is over at first. Easton gets set for the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a bouncer to Garcia. He fields that one and it gets right by him. And that's going to be an error this time for Garcia. As 2 runners are on now. As here comes number 15, first baseman Cole Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 on the afternoon as he grounded out towards short and then again towards third. As he makes his way up to the plate with 2 outs and 2 runners on.
Go!
Easton with the pitch. Now it's going to be a little bit too high and outside. It'll be called for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Easton with the 1-0 pitch. A swing and Johnson gets a piece of that one. It's going to go down for strike. I almost said Gibson. You know, it's Cole. I'm sure I'll butcher that one all day. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2 runners on. Easton with a quick check over to Slaughterbeck at second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer. It's going to get over the head of Estrada. It'll go over to left field. It'll be fielded. Slaughterbeck's going to round third, and he'll come through with a slide as he will be safe. And Johnson with an RBI single extends the Cavs' lead over your Bulldogs 5-2. Gibson will make his way over to third and hold tight.
Now batting number 19.
As that one took a nasty bounce over Estrada and all the way over to Thompson over in left field. Did a good job of coming up and grabbing that one, though, and getting the throw in and actually holding Gibson at third. As a quick time is called by Coach DeGelio. He's going to talk to all the infield. And I think the big thing that he's going to talk about and address is that ugly number 2 there on the scoreboard for 2 errors so far tonight. And
You don't see that very often with us. We're a very good defensive team.
extremely good. That's one thing I spoke with my counterpart here with Texan Live, who broadcasts for Lake Travis. I said, this is going to be a defensive game. The Bulldogs have an excellent defense so far that I've seen compared to other schools that I've called. And
I don't know if it's jitters with some of our younger guys playing because we have 3 sophomores playing right now. It's just not normal.
could be, and it could be, as we're going to get set. And here comes number 19, Kyle Rader, designated hitter. He makes his way up to the plate. He reached on an error in the third and then was walked back in the first. So no stats for him yet, as here's the pitch. And we'll get called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. 2 runners on the corners with Gibson at third and Johnson over at first. Easton gets set for the 1-0 pitch, or the 0-1 pitch, excuse me. That one's going to be high fly towards center field, going back towards the wall, and it's going to bounce off the wall. 1 run will come across. The second will hold up. That was a good job by Merriman to get back there and get it to the cutoff man in time, but Gibson will make his way across. And that's going to be an RBI double for Rader. And the Cavs just extend their lead again. Runners in scoring position with Cole Johnson at third and Rader over at second. As Coach DeGelio comes out again, and that's going to do it for Easton. As that'll be 73 pitches he's at right now, and Coach DeGelio will make a quick change. We'll take a short break. We'll get you some info on who's going to come up next on the mound. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For the end zone, touchdown, Ryder Hernandez on 4th and 2 from the 17.
Sure, Vype Sports brings you the best in area high school football, but Vype brings you exciting high school volleyball action.
Dive in the middle for the back row. Here comes James and gets the kill.
Vype brings you walk-off home runs on the diamond.
Line drive, deep to left. It is going, and it is gone.
From lacrosse to the pitch to the court and more, the leader in high school sports coverage is Vype Sports. BYP. Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at VypeE.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd and 13, not yet, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers. 16 seconds, really close at the corner. Rotates to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to VypeE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals. academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
And number 10, Jonathan Gonzalez will get the call here, and you see him warming up on the mound. Easton's going to end his afternoon with 3 2/3 pitch. Very rare 1 strikeout on the afternoon, 6 hits and 6 runs. He is responsible for the 2 runs on base currently, so we'll see if that number changes, but not an outing that we're used to seeing from Easton.
Now batting number 5, Ethan Calder.
So number 5, pitcher Ethan Calder making his way, so he'll get the call here in the 5th inning to continue on for the Cavs as he looks to be the first batter to face off against Jonathan Gonzalez. This is my first time seeing him this year too. I have not seen him in a game yet.
He came in and bat last week in Aikens.
Correct. As here's the first pitch, some heat right over the middle. That'll get called for strike 1. Gonzalez gets set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a liner towards Winters. He fields that one. The throw to first in time. And that'll be out number 3. So Easton will end his afternoon with allowing 6 runs to come across. And again, not the showing that we're looking for Easton. I'm going to get my scoreboard here organized. So 5th inning set to get underway, folks, and we'll give another big thank you to our Vype Sports Spring sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Academy Sports and Outdoors, your Vype Sports Spring sponsor. So Calder will make his way out. He'll be on the mound here for the Cavs. His pitch count's looking still pretty low. He's only sitting at 47. And his top of the order is due up, and Nathaniel Bright will make his way out for the top of the 5th to lead off, followed by Mason Winters and Brody Miller. And so far, 3rd time at the top of the order is going to come around, and not a single hit from the top of the order, which is very rare. You usually at least see one. But we'll see what Nathaniel Bright has as he comes up. He grounded out towards 2nd back in the 1st, and then again towards short in the 3rd. As he comes out to the plate now.
Now batting number 3, Daniel Bright.
Here we go, Daniel! Pass the baton here. Let's go, base runner. Let's go.
So Nathaniel Bright makes his way out to face off against Calder. And here's the first pitch for Bright. As that one's going to be inside. Get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0 for Bright. There's the 1-0 pitch from Calder. That one's going to be low and inside. It'll be called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Top of the 5th here for the Bulldogs. As here's the pitch from Calder. Swing, and he gets a piece of that one. It's going to be high over the net. That'll go foul. That'll be strike 1 for Bright. Count goes 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. No outs. As here's the pitch to Bright. Swings and gets a piece of that one. High flyer towards right field. And it's going to be brought in by the right fielder. For out number 1. Interesting how the scoreboard flickered there right as the pitch was released. As it
I don't know if
continues.
they're having a power shortage over there.
I wonder. I mean, I thought Lake Travis was had nicer facilities than a scoreboard that flickers, but we'll see. As here comes Mason Winters. He's 0 for 1 so far in the afternoon. A grounder back towards Calder in the first and then walked in the third as he swings at the first one he sees. Can't make contact. That'll be strike one. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th and no runners on. As here's the 0-1 pitch. Winters watches that one go by. Gets called for ball 1. Count goes even at 1-1.
Go, good approach here. 100 just. Let's go. You got time. Here you go, kid.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. It's Calder with the pitch. Oh, it's going to be outside the zone there. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-1 for Winters. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And here's the pitch from Calder. That one's going to be high and outside. That'll be ball 3, and Winters working the count now.
Let's go look for it right here. Let's go.
As here's the usual heater down the middle, the 3-1 pitch. As Calder gets set. See if that's what it is. It is, and Winters decided to take a crack at that one. Gets a piece of it. That'll be strike 2. Count goes full now, 3-2.
Go ahead and adjust, kid. Let's go.
As the scoreboard flickers again.
Go, kid, work.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Calder with the 3-2 pitch. Oh, Winters swings and protects the plate there. Gets a piece of it. Count's going to stay 3-2. And we'll do it again as Miller comes out and gets the foul ball. Miller is on deck. He'll be batting next, followed by Patrick Colopy. As here's the 3-2 from Calder. And Winters pulls back on that one. It's going to hit the strike zone anyway. He'll get caught looking for out number 2. Which brings up number 15, Brody Miller, up to the plate.
Now batting number 15, Brody Miller.
As you hear our fans say, let's go for the 2-out rally, which we have been notorious for this year. Miller due up now as he's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Had a strikeout in the third and a fly ball towards left field in the first as that one goes by for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, no runners on. And Brody Miller at the plate. As here's the 1-0 pitch from Calder. Swing and a bouncer down the third baseline goes foul. Count goes even now, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. As here's the pitch from Calder. Miller watching that one go by. He'll get called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. And Calder so far at 61 pitches. So strategy here might be to start burning some of these pitches and draw out the count as much as possible. As here's the pitch. Low and outside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even at 2-2. As you hear the Lake Travis faithful cheer, I guess they thought that was a strike.
It was close.
It was tight. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No runners on, and here's the pitch to Miller. Miller swings as Calder goes up the ladder on that one. That'll be out number 3 in the top of the order. So far, yet to get a hit this afternoon for the Bulldogs, as that'll do it to the top of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th coming right up, folks. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at Vype, BYPE.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13, about again, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers. 16 seconds, really close at the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, BYPE.com.
Bottom of the 5th, folks. Set to begin here shortly. A big thank you to our BOWIE Bulldog sponsor, Plucker's Wing Bar. Be sure to visit one of the 7 Austin area locations today. Currently, we are offering online delivery and curbside pickup from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Plucker's Wing Bar, where we promise to have the beer ice cold and the wings piping hot. John Gonzalez back up on the mound here for the Bulldogs. He's going to get the call for the 5th inning, and we'll keep it going. So far, just 2 pitches on the afternoon for, but those 2 looked really nice as he was able to get fellow pitcher Ethan Calder in a ground out towards Winters. We're out number 3 to finally end the 4th inning. Lake Travis so far able to score every inning but the 3rd this afternoon. As here comes number 21, right fielder, O.J. Gonzalez. Gonzalez so far is 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a ground out towards Estrada in the 1st and a fly out towards right field in the 3rd. Gonzalez, as that one's going to be low, get called for ball 1. Gonzalez, hit set, here's the 1-0 pitch, gets called for strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. As that one goes by, gets called for ball 2. Count goes 2-1 here for Gonzalez. It's Gonzalez versus, I was like, I'm saying Gonzalez a lot. Am I doing this right? That's right. It's number 21, O.J. Gonzalez, facing off against number 10, John Gonzalez. So that's why. So let's have fun with this one. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Gonzalez gets set. Gonzalez in the plate. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez from Gonzalez.
You're funny.
That one get called for ball 3, a little bit too high. Count goes 3-1. So Gonzalez gets the call with the pitch. A swing and a miss by Gonzalez. Strike 2. I'm going to have a ton of fun with this one.
Oh, my gosh.
Count goes full for Gonzalez, 3-2. But which Gonzalez am I talking about, right? It's always
That would be the game.
Yeah, it's the game. That's right. Gonzalez with the pitch. That one's going to be low and in the dirt. That'll be called for ball 4, and O.J. Gonzalez will make his way over to first on a walk, which will bring up a different hitter than Logan Baker. It'll be number 11, Pierce George, for the Cavs. We'll see. They don't have a DH hitting right now, so he could be now categorized as the DH, but we'll see what happens. As we've seen this as a strategy before, where after a couple times at bat, if a batter isn't doing too hot, they'll bring in a DH in the 5th or 4th inning as a throw it to first is going to go by Colopy. As Gonzalez is able to make it in time, and that first base coach started yelling, "Get up and run," but it's a little bit too late. As we'll just reset and do it again. So George still awaiting the first pitch here from Gonzalez as he gets set. O.J. Gonzalez is over at first. As the pitch will get called for strike 1. I apologize, that has been corrected. Looks like Danny Rodriguez is over at first now. So Colopy, we've seen him pitch. He may be getting warmed up to come in to close out the game. As I get a nod from Laura, she doesn't like talking to us. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It'll be called for ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, 1 runner on as Gonzalez is over at first. George at the plate. Throw over to first is not in time. We'll get set and do it again. Gonzalez with the 1-1 pitch. Over the plate, gets called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. O.J. Gonzalez over at first. Here's the pitch from Gonzalez. The slider outside will get called for ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So George at the plate here for the Cavs. O.J. Gonzalez is over at first. John Gonzalez on the mound for your Bulldogs as here's the 2-2 pitch. Another slider, a little bit too far outside. Will get called for ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. And so far, both batters that Gonzalez has faced, count's gone full, so his pitch count got to start conserving as a quick throw over to first is not in time.
Yeah, it's getting up there. He's already at 13 pitches.
So 13 pitches, and this is the 3rd batter that he has officially faced. As Gonzalez is going to step off and get reset. So John Gonzalez gets set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. A swing and a chopper foul, gets right past the net, and that's what I was talking about, see? Right past the net. Count will stay full at 3-2, and we'll just do it again. O.J. Gonzalez at first. Pierce George at the plate. Here's the 3-2 pitch from John Gonzalez. Gets called for strike 3. As George will get caught looking.
Good pitch.
Great pitch for out number 1, which is going to bring up number 3, Dawson French. So far, French is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He was walked back in the second, but he had a grounder over to Easton in the 4th. And that's his time. A quick throw over to first. And I like these quick throws by John over there on the mound, is trying to catch OJ over there sleeping. French gets set. As here's the first pitch to him here from John Gonzalez. It's going to be a high fastball. It'll get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Dawson French, center fielder for the Cavs, as Gonzalez another throw over to first. So Rodriguez gets that one in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a high one over to Garcia. He feels that in the throw to first, and Rodriguez gets it, but can't get the tag in time. It'll be a liner towards second for out number 2, which is going to bring up number 8 catcher John Ryden for the Cavs. He's so far 1 for 2 on the afternoon, a single in the second, but then he struck out looking back in the 4th. As Gonzalez gets set, and here's the first pitch to Ryden. Well, apparently it's a little bit too high. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 runner on with O.J. Gonzalez still over at first. A throw not in time to Rodriguez. He'll toss it back over to the mound. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and the Cavs with a 6-2 lead over the Bulldogs. And Gonzalez is going to step off and get reset over at the mound. But we're going to have to start seeing some more offense come across, as the Bulldogs have been.
Our bats need to wake up.
Well, they need to wake up, and they're not doing too shabby, as that one gets called for strike 1. Count goes even at 1-1. But you know, it's tough when so far 4 runners have been left on base. And then you got your leadoff 3 that, you know, haven't really produced a hit yet that you're used to, as a throw to first is not in time. I like how Rodriguez is there at first. He's already on one knee. He's waiting for the throw so he can
He's
do
like,
a quick,
throw it, I dare you.
Yeah, he can get a quick tag if he can. But bottom of the 5th, so time is running out. We're going to have to get to these batters quick and get the runners in, as Gonzalez takes off to second. The slide is going to be in time to throw to Winters, though isn't going to be there.
Across the plate! Across the plate! He's across the plate!
As here comes Coach Agello. You hear the crowd yelling. I'm sure you saw it. That was interference there by Ryden. At least we're looking for it, as he got in front there to block Starkey a bit.
Get some help! He's across the plate, he can't throw it!
We got to remember that home field advantage, though, and so
This is a good game!
as Coach Agello wants some answers. He is not happy, and I wouldn't be either. That was a clearly missed call. Game against Westlake, Don Estrada got called for less.
Yeah, he really did.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. The pitch from Gonzalez is going to be high and outside. Trying to burn one here. That'll be ball 3. Or at least I thought it was ball 3. I'm lost on the count now. It says 2-2, so we'll keep our scoreboard in as it goes blank. It's a 2-2 pitch. A big hit over towards left center field. It's going to bounce down, and Gonzalez is going to round third. He'll come in to score as Ryden is going to make his way to second. He's going to be held up at second as the throw to Winters is in time, and another run will come across here for the Cavs as they take a 7-2 lead over the Bulldogs. Here comes top of the order now, number 14, Dylan Slaughterback. So far, he is 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a double to lead off in the first, and then a ground out towards the pitcher in the second. So gets set. Gonzalez with the pitch. He's going to get called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here for Gonzalez. And he does a quick check over at Ryden at second. Here's the pitch. Slaughterback with a liner. Winters gloves that one. The throw to first in time, and Rodriguez able to get it. That'll be out number 3. For a 6-3 out number 3. And interesting 5th inning as one more run comes across. One runner left on. So let's see if I can do this. One runner left on, no errors, and it looks like just one hit for the Cavs here in the 5th. But they extend their lead 7-2 over the Bulldogs. Now, we've seen the bats get hot. We've seen them produce. So we'll see what happens here as number 5, Ethan Calder, is going to be on the mound here, top of the 6th for the Cavs. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, folks. Welcome back out. 6th inning set to begin here with number 17, Eddie Rodriguez, filling for Patrick Callipy over at first. He's going to get the call to lead off here in the 6th.
Now batting number 17, Danny Rodriguez.
Calder still on the mound. His first time, though, to go up against Rodriguez. As we saw Rodriguez against Akins, he went 0 for 2 in game 2. As he takes a big rip at the first thing he sees, can't make contact. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1 here for Rodriguez. So Calder not too shabby. I think that's pitch number 64 for him, isn't it?
Yep.
So still looking good here to possibly pitch a complete game. As here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be high and gets way far away from John Ryder there at the plate. As that'll be ball 1. Rodriguez watches that one, another high one outside. As Ryden was able to pull that one in, that'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be inside. Will get called for ball 3. Count goes 3-1. Calder gets set. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That was going to go inside for Rodriguez. It'll be ball 4. He'll hit on over to first on the walk, which will bring up a different batter. So it looks like Travis Starkey may be done for the day. It's going to be number 16, Cody Gray. Cody Gray is a catcher as well, so which is why I say it might be it for Starkey. We'll see. Starkey with a sacrifice bunt and then also a walk. So not doing too bad at the plate. But we'll see what Cody Gray has. We've seen him make some pretty good hits here in the beginning of the year. And the Bulldogs still trailing by 5. Here top of the 6th with one runner on and no outs as Calder gets set to pitch to Gray. First one will be just a bit inside. Will get called for ball 1. As quick time is called by the Cavs as they're going to have another powwow on the mound. You going to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Go ahead, Miss Starkey. Have fun with it. To the PA, that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have this stuff all the time.
Uh-huh.
As they're going to leave Calder out. That was probably a nice first warning there for Calder by the Lake Travis coaching staff, as it's 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, 1 runner on, and here's the pitch. Gray swings and gets a piece of that one. That's going to go behind into the ticket stand behind us. That'll be strike one for Gray. This count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Calder getting set. As here's the 1-1 pitch to Gray. Gray watching that one go by. That'll get called for strike 2. Count goes 1-2 as Gray falls behind in the count. Danny Rodriguez is over at first. And his top of the 6th, excuse me, with no outs. A swing and a bouncer towards third. The throw to second is, he fell off the base, so he'll be safe. Nice job. As Gray will reach on a fielder's choice is what that's going to be. That's what I'm going to grade it. Rodriguez will be called safe over at second as second baseman Cole Gibson fell off the bag there. Couldn't get the force out. As they were going to have a courtesy runner, but I guess not. Looks like Sean McCullough was going to come out there for Cody Gray, but it ain't going to happen as here comes John Estrada. He looks pumped after talking to Coach DeGelia. He's up to the plate with 2 runners on, no outs here top of the 6th. Estrada 2 for 2 on the afternoon with a RBI double and a single in the 4th as he watches that one go by for strike 1. Count goes 0-1 for Estrada. So no balls, 1 strike, no outs, 2 runners on. As here's the pitch from Calder to Estrada. He swings, takes a big rip at that one. Can't make contact. He falls behind early in the count 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Calder getting set. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Estrada. That's going to be high and outside. That'll be ball 1. Estrada does a good job at the plate whenever he's up at bat, especially working the pitch count when he has to, which he might be in that situation here as Calder with the 1-2 pitch to Estrada. Another outside, way outside slider. That'll be called for ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 2 runners on. John Estrada at the plate as here's the pitch. Estrada gets a piece of that one. It's a liner towards second. The throw to the shortstop is in there as the throw to the first goes by. Runners Rodriguez is going to round third. He'll come through for the score. As Rodriguez will come around. Estrada will reach on the fielder's choice again. Gray will be thrown out over at second. I thought it'll be an RBI for Estrada. As Ben Merriman is going to make his way up to the plate. Merriman, so far, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. I guess 1 for 1. You don't count sacrifice bunts, right?
No.
You don't count that. So 1 for 1 with an RBI double in the second. As he's got 1 runner on and another time called by Lake Travis, it looked like. As Merriman makes his way back up to the plate with 1 out here, top of the 6th. And 1 runner on as Estrada is over at first. Calder gets set, and here's the first pitch to Merriman. As he swings and gets a piece of that one, that's going to go behind him foul. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Calder gets set for the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. That's going to be outside. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even at 1-1. Merriman getting set. Here's the pitch. Is that one nice breaking ball right over the plate. That'll be called for strike 2. I've been seeing that every so often here this evening, and that's a nasty pitch to see. And
that's a hard pitch to swing at.
You really, yeah. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt in front of home plate. As Ryden gets in front of that one, is able to stop it. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even at 2-2 for Merriman. Merriman having a pretty good district at-bat percentage, if you will, as he awaits the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to be high. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full at 3-2. As there's a duck call. By the way, that's coming from the dugout. I saw on I forgot who had it. I think that was Crawford that's got the
It was Cade.
It was Cade? Okay.
But it's Ben Merriman. So he brings it, and
so he
then
brings it.
usually Cade will go and actually do the duck call.
That's Merriman. Will get caught looking. He'll be out number 1, or excuse me, out number 2. So the 2A, here comes number 12, Sebastian Mirabal. He's going to be batting in place of Matt Garcia.
Now batting number 12, Sebastian Mirabal.
He's going to come in here in the 6th, and most likely he'll be over at 2nd. Mirabal watches the first one go by, gets called for strike 1. Count will go 0-1. Estrada still over at first, waiting to come home with 2 outs here, top of the 6th. As here's the 0-1 pitch. Mirabal takes a swing and gets a piece of that one. That'll be strike 2, and he falls behind the count 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Calder. Quick check over at Estrada. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high and outside. That'll be called for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the pitch from Calder to Mirabal. It's going to be another high one. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-2. Trying to work the ladder on Mirabal, but he's not really swinging at it. He's watching him go by. So good job working the pitch count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on, and Mirabal. Quick throw over to Estrada at first, and it's going to be brought in, not in time. Throw back to the mound. Calder. Here's the pitch. Mirabal taking a big rip and can't make contact. He'll go down swinging, and he will be out number 3. So 1 more run comes across here at the top of the 6th for the Bulldogs. They still trail the Cavs by a score of 7-3. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live. All right, folks. So, sorry about that. Our program decided to freeze up, so we're going to have to reopen it. And anyway, we'll stick around here. We'll keep it here. Let's do another This Day in Baseball History, yeah? So this day, April 13th, let's do 1954. Willie Mays, who missed nearly 2 seasons due to military service, homers in his first game back, a 6th-inning blast off Carl Erskine. That will prove to be the difference in the Giants' 4-3 opening day victory over Brooklyn. The 22-year-old fielder spotted poke at the polo, blah, 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 blah. It's a huge hit, traveled over 600 feet. So there we go. I butchered that one horribly. So John Gonzalez will be at the plate again for the Bulldogs. As up comes number 18, Cole Gibson. Gibson so far having a pretty decent afternoon. He's 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI single. As he awaits one, a nice little bouncer towards Rodriguez, and he walks over and tags up on the bag, and that'll be out number 1, a quick out number 1.
Now batting number 15, Cole Johnson.
Which is going to bring up number 15, Cole Johnson. So Cole Johnson, first baseman. So far 1 for 3 on the afternoon as he singled back in the 4th and grounded out his other 2 times at bat. As here's the first pitch from Gonzalez. That'll be called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. as the Bulldogs look to hopefully get through the order here, and that one will get called for strike one. Or excuse me, strike two. Count goes 0-2. Get to the order, though, folks, and not allow any more runs, which will bring one more opportunity in the top of the seventh, as the Bulldogs still trail by 4 to the Cavs. As here's the pitch, a slider outside. That'll get called for ball one. Count goes 1-2. So Cole Johnson getting set. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gonzalez with the 1-2. That one's going to hit in front of Cody Gray there. So it'll be ball 2. Count goes even at 2-2. There's the pitch. That one's going to be inside and almost gets a piece of Johnson. That'll be ball 3. Count goes 3-2. Gonzalez with a 3-2 pitch. That's going to be low and inside. That'll be ball 4 as Johnson will make his way over to first on a walk, which will bring up number 19 designated hitter Kyle Rader. Rader so far is 1 for 1 on the afternoon. He hit a double, an RBI double in the 4th. Reached on an error in the 3rd and was walked in the 1st. His first time, I believe, to face off against Gonzalez. As we're going to have a courtesy runner come out for Cole Johnson.
First base, number 13, Preston Marshall.
As Preston Marshall will make his way out. Interesting, don't usually see a courtesy runner for a first baseman. But the Cavs say it and make it so. As here comes number 19, Kyle Rader. With 1 out and 1 runner on, a quick throw from Gonzalez over to Rodriguez at first, and can't get the tag as it's not in time. Marshall's able to get back with ease, and we'll get set as Rader's going to step off and get reset. As that one gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Gonzalez doing a pretty decent job so far in relief for Easton as he gets set. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Rader. As that one's going to hit the dirt, the runner, Marshall, will take off to second. As Gray's going to have to come all the way back here to us to pick it up. Runner will advance to second. And count will go even now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Marshall over at second for the Cavs. As Gonzalez gets set, as does Rader. And here's the 1-1 pitch from Gonzalez. That was going to hit the top of the zone. That'll be called for strike 2. Gonzalez gets ahead in the count 1-2. Gonzalez gets set. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, excuse me. There's the pitch. As that one gets called for strike 3. He catches Rader looking, excuse me.
There you go.
And that'll be out number 2.
Gotta get into a little rhythm. Get a little sparklet under you.
Just
Game's
a
not
little.
over yet.
Not yet. Preston Marshall, usually the DH for Ethan Calder, who should be batting now. Instead, we're going to have a different batter come out for the Cavs. It's going to be number 7, Austin Reed. See, he waits the first pitch from Gonzalez. That may mean that we have seen the end of Ethan Calder. As Gonzalez gets set with 2 outs and 1 runner on, here's the pitch. That one's going to be a little too low. Be called for ball 1 for Austin Reed. Count goes 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Gonzalez gets set. Here's the pitch to Reed. Swinging a liner towards Estrada. He gloves that one and is able to at least stop it. Not going to be able to make the throw. And that'll actually be a single for Reed.
That's a tough play to make. That ball was hit so hard, so fast.
That is, and actually I think they're going to say that's an error. No, they're not. They're going to give it as a hit. Okay. For some reason, they gave Lake Travis 2 errors. Don't know how that's possible, but I guess as Marshall will make his way over to third. So Austin Reed's going to be over at first, which is going to bring up number 12. And that's going to be a new hitter for O.J. Gonzalez. So I'll get his number here, his name in a second. As he takes a swing at that one, it's going to go foul. Count's going to go 0-1. Nick Luna is number 12. So he makes his way back up to the plate. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and 2 runners on the corners as the throw to first is not in time. Reed's able to get there with these. Throw back to the mound, and we'll reset and do it again. Gonzalez gets set. Here's the pitch to Luna. Luna taking a swing and gets a piece of it. It's going to go foul and bounce into the Cavalier dugout. Gonzalez gets ahead in the count, 0-2 now. As he is 1 strike away from closing out this inning without allowing a run to come across. Quick throw to first, not in time. We'll reset and do it again with no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And Nick Luna at the plate as he calls time and steps off. Gonzalez with the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a little bit too high. Will be called for ball 1, and Gonzalez with a couple pitches to burn. Trying to see if he can work the ladder on Luna. As it's 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs, 2 runners on, a swing and a liner towards Rodriguez.
There you go, that's a heads-up play.
No kidding, these gloves that one with these, and that'll be out number 3. And that'll do it for our 6th inning. As it looks like 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on. As Nick Luna came in to hit for right fielder O.J. Gonzalez, and it looks like O.J. Gonzalez is going to get the call to close out for the Cavs.
At first.
Gotcha. Calder's going to get moved over to first. So they're moving all kinds of stuff around on me, so. Oh, that's 27. Oops. I butchered that one, didn't I?
Just a little bit.
Number 27, Luke Jackson. Well, I mean, if they made their 1s and 7s look a little bit different on their uniforms, that'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So, Luke Jackson will get the call here, the top of the 7th for the Cavs. He'll be on the mound. Calder will make his way over to first. And I'm going to have to mess with my notes here now. As it looks like, I believe we're going to have a different hitter other than Tyler Thomas, and looks like it is. It's going to be number 19, Dylan Godina, who's going to make his way out for the Bulldogs. Still trailing by 4, but with an opportunity to bring some runs across if we can. As we look to face off against the new pitcher, Luke Jackson.
Now batting number 19, Dylan Godina.
Jackson gets set to face off against Godina as he gets set, and here's the first pitch from Jackson. As it's going to be a slider in the dirt. That'll go ball 1 for Godina. And Calder ended his afternoon with 6 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts as Godina watches that one go by for ball 2. 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits, and 3 runs that come across. According to our board, 2 errors, but I don't have the errors recorded anywhere, so I'm not sure where they're getting that from, but we'll say whatever as Godina gets a piece of that one. It's going to go behind him foul. That'll be strike 1. Jackson gets set for the 2-1 pitch to Godina. It's going to be low. That'll be ball 3. Count goes 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the 7th here for the Bulldogs. As here's the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be some heat right over the middle. I'll get called for strike 2. Count goes full now, 3-2 for Godina. We last saw Godina back against game 1 against Aikens. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swings and gets a piece of that one. It's going to get chopped down the first baseline, foul.
That's a way to stay alive.
Yeah, it is. 3-2. Working the plate, protecting the plate. It's a good job. Godina came in against Aikens back in game 1, was walked, and actually came across as a run after drawing the count full. So doing a good job there at the plate. As Jackson with a 3-2 pitch. A swing and a bouncer back towards Jackson. It's going to go down the third baseline. Godina's going to leg it out, and not in time.
That was really close.
Almost able to get to it, as that'll be out number 1. So here comes top of the order, and they are due for some production. As again, so far only have gotten on base. Top of the order being the top 3 here for the Bulldogs. Have gotten on base once, and Mason Winters on a walk in the 3rd. Outside of that, really no production from the starting top 3 in the lineup. As here's the first pitch to Bright, who watches that one go by for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here, top of the 7th, as here's the pitch. As that one's going to hit the dirt. Bright able to pull back in time. A quick check down over to the first base umpire. Says no swing. Count goes even now, 1-1, if that's called ball 1. Well, there's that one's going to be called for ball 2. Bright gets ahead in the count, 2-1 now against Jackson. And there's a little bouncer towards short. And Bright able to leg that one out as he's going to be safe.
Got some speed on him.
With a 1-out single. As here comes number 7, Mason Winters, up to the plate.
Now batting number 7, Mason Winters.
Winters so far is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He struck out in the 5th and grounded out in the 1st. As he looks to face off against Jackson for the first time this evening. Here's the pitch. Winters watching that one's a bit too high. Gets called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0.
Here we go, kid. Let's go. Stay short.
Here's the 1-0 pitch from Jackson. And Winters gets a piece of that one. He goes foul. Count goes even at 1-1.
Go top hand, top hand.
Winters gets set. Bright's over at first. Here's the pitch. That one's going to catch a strike zone. That'll get called for strike 2. Winters falls behind in the count, 1-2.
Go, honey, Justice, go. Work, kid, work, kid.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out with 1 runner on. Winters at the plate. Here's the pitch. As that one gets called for strike 3, as Winters will go down looking for a second time this afternoon. He'll be out number 2, and Bulldogs down to their last out, as here comes number 21, Cade Urbanski. As our umpire is going to make a quick note in his little book. Make the quick call, and we'll get underway. So, Kenny O'Bright still over at first. And here comes Urbanski. Hitting in place of Brody Miller, who's going to end his afternoon on going 0 for 3 at the plate. There's the pitch. That one's going to be low and get called for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs with 1 runner on, and the Cavs are 1 more out away from getting out of this one and staying perfect in district. And giving your Bulldogs a 1-loss blemish, if you will, as Urbanski gets a bouncer towards third. Throw to first is in time. And that'll be all she wrote, folks, as Urbanski will be out number 3. As the Bulldogs will get 1 hit, no errors, and leave 1 runner on And they will fall to the Cavs by a score of 7-3. I'll make my notes here, folks. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Hopefully I'll be able to get you some stats on our pitching crews. But we'll be right back. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. Your Bulldogs fall in Game 1 to the Cavaliers by a score of 7-3. Easton's going to end this afternoon with 3 2/3 of inning pitched, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 6 hits, and 6 runs. Gonzalez is going to come in and relieve. He'll pitch 2 1/3, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, and 1 run. That will come across. Calder pitching for the Cavaliers. He'll pitch 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 errors, according to our scoreboard, of course. Luke Jackson will come in with 1 inning pitched, 1 strikeout, no walks, 1 hit, no runs, and no errors. And that'll do it, folks. Unfortunately, that'll be the first loss for your Bulldogs here in district play. They will get another crack, though, at the Cavs, and that'll be
Friday. 7:30.
7:30. See, I got Laura here. She's got me on track. So be sure to tune in for Game 2, which will happen on this Friday with a 7:30 first pitch. I'll be there. Laura, will you be there?
I will be there.
She might be there, so we will be there for you, folks. If you can't make it, be sure to tune in, and we'll have it for you. Before we go, though, another big thank you to our Bowie Bulldog sponsor, Syntex Maintenance Services. Be sure to reach out to them for any maintenance needs. And, of course, to Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gear up this spring at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Laura, anything to add?
Just got to do better.
Got to do better.
2 errors, runners left on base. Just you can't do that against Lake Travis.
And when you start playing teams like Lake Travis, you are correct. You cannot leave runners on. You cannot have those errors, and they were silly errors, if you will, not being able to hold on to the ball, not getting your glove on it. Errors that are fixable and honestly rare.
Yeah, they really are.
With our Bulldog team. So, anyway, folks, thank you again for listening today. A big thanks to Josh, our QA over at Vype, listening, making sure we sound great. Remember, next game is going to be this Friday. First pitch at 7:30. Be sure to tune in. And until then, AJ Revel, Laura Starkey. We'll catch you next time.